are with another review of The View. Today's date is what?
27th.
Okay, the 27th
Wednesday.
of July, 2022. I don't watch the show. She watches the show. So she's here to tell us what they talked about on The View, and then we'll discuss it.
I watched the show, and today was a little struggle because it wasn't much. I was telling my sister before we started filming, there are days with The View, and my mom even noticed it all the years we've been watching. There are days when you see The View, and sometimes The View is just really kind of stale. And you have to try to look and go, okay. And my mom would come back and say, did you watch The View today? And I said, yeah. She said, it wasn't that exciting today, was it?
But for me, I'm thinking more of the topics. So
the topics wasn't
okay.
because sometimes they'll have no topics, and they'll have like a full day of birthday or something, and they may have a man on there who's cooking throughout the show. So that's what I'm saying. Some days it's not really good topics.
Okay.
But today they did talk again about they're going to always do politics, and just reiterating with Trump's comment when Trump, I think it was a recent talk that he did where he said we're living in such a different country now with the crime and all of that. There's no order. There's no respect for law.
Oh, he's trying to say the world is worse, that he's not president.
Because of the Democratic effort to destroy the law all throughout America. So, of course, there he goes, passing the buck, passing the blame.
I just remember when he was president, it was riots and everything going on. So what is he talking about?
Is that when that man ran over the
picketers, and it was
good people on both sides.
Yeah, on both sides. It was crime and everything happening when he was president.
Right.
So every president, crime and everything happened.
And that's what Whoopi was saying. She said, did he forget to see what happened on January 6th?
Right.
Because they were actually hurting police officers and beating them up. So
according to him, that would have never happened if he was president, because he was supposed to be president according to him. So you wouldn't get the people storming the Capitol if you would have not cheated me out of being the president. That's what he said.
And then does that mean that he's condoning or he's making excuses for that action that would happen on that day?
Yes, because he feels like the Democrats are destroying the country, and we're supposed to take it by force. You're supposed to take back your country. So that's what they telling these dummies, and they going in with them. And this man is on New York lives on top of a large building, or in Florida with gold chandeliers, and these people follow this man as if he has any inkling of what they go through on a daily. His father was a millionaire. He has no clue of what you guys are talking about.
No.
But for some reason,
he's not relating to that. So
he can dummy down himself, and they follow him because he doesn't speak eloquently, and he doesn't speak, like he went to Harvard, and like Obama.
He's like them. He's an everyday person.
Stupid dummy that's talking in a bar about, like us, about what they think about the world and politics in the country. And then he comes in and sits down in the middle of us and gives his feedback, and we all sound the same.
And
nobody knows anything but has an opinion.
Right.
But the difference between me and him and you is I'm not the president of the United States.
But that doesn't.
I didn't run for president of the United States, and I'm not trying to become the president of the United States.
But he's happy about that because that's a powerful, powerful position. So he can influence a lot of people, and that's what he tried to do on that day as well, to look and see how they were all responding, because they were like feeling how he was feeling. It was rigged, and he, whatever.
Would you call you if you needed a surgery? Or a lawyer, if you was on death row and you needed to get off? No, you wouldn't call you, would you?
No.
Because you're not the smartest person in that area.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. Come on.
Yeah.
But anyway,
but they did talk about the Attorney General, Merrick Garland. There was a one-on-one interview with him, and they were asking him pretty much point blank,
you gonna prosecute?
He was saying, we intend to hold everyone accountable, everybody that was involved with that whole January 6th. And he says incidents people who interfered with the transitional power of the administrative as well.
When they say hold accountable, what happens?
Well, here's the thing.
You go to jail?
Well, that's we don't know, because whatever they will come up with. And then the guy asked him, he said, if Trump runs again and, takes the journey of becoming president, the attorney general, he asked again, he said, we will get everybody involved that was blah, blah, blah. So pretty much what he was saying is, we don't care if he runs. Mm-hmm. We're still going to get him.
Yeah, okay.
So, and then the ladies gave their points. Sunny was very, she trusted this attorney general, and Joy feels like a lot of people, y'all ain't gonna get him. No matter what you say, I have no faith in our government. This man will escape anything that comes his way. And Sonny, no, Joy, why you feel that way? I feel about this attorney general when he says, even if he's running, and the other lady that used to work with him, she said, we all know pretty much that's what he probably going to announce in the next month or so, is that he's going to run.
Yeah.
And he's thinking, I'm going to run, and with me running and the people behind me that's going to protect me. And even the way they acted on January 6th, he didn't say that, but you know that. He's thinking people are crazy. So if he's running for president and the attorney general and whoever else finds fault in him and finds him guilty and says he's going to jail or whatever, do you not think that a riot would maybe take out or whatever? So who's to say that's spinning in his head? But he's thinking that he can't be touched if he does run. And the attorney general is saying, oh, you can be touched still, even if you become the president. Joy said there's never been a president or a former president who has been brought down.
Nobody cares.
But I'm just saying that's what Joy's concern is, that he ain't going nowhere and nothing's going to touch him.
And nobody cares. That's the bottom line. Nobody cares.
So that's what they talked about. They had the back and forth, and Joy just kind of
let's just say for
that
the
out
sake
there.
Of our,
she said, "I'm sorry, I don't think nothing's going to happen."
Let's just say, for the sake of argument, that this attorney general, which we all know is ridiculous, he's going to bring justice, and he's going to bring him down. Bring him down to what? What are you going to do? Take him out in handcuffs, and where? You going to put him in jail? What jail you going to put him in? For what? Where you going to put him in jail for what?
Whatever they find that he fought in, because they got enough evidence.
How come we don't know what it is? How come we don't know?
They don't share that information.
How come we don't know? Not what it is. How come we don't know?
Sonny said they don't even have those hearings even live.
How come we don't know what, at the end of it, what happens if you're guilty? I'm not talking about the evidence. Mm-hmm. How come we don't know? When I ask anybody, I even ask you, I'll even ask on the community wall, what happens if he's found guilty? The fact that we don't know what that answer is shows you that nobody cares. I don't think you can know.
Don't they depend on what he's guilty of?
You still should know. If I go
like
and I rob a store,
years, he may get 10.
If I rob a store with a gun, I know what could possibly happen to me. Mm-hmm. You should know what could happen to somebody.
I know he'll definitely be arrested, but he had to serve some time like his friend did. His friend has to serve 5 years.
Okay.
So I don't know. If you want a certain time frame or what can be the result of when he is found guilty.
Let's say he's found guilty.
Like, is it a fine? Is it so many years and then so many good service hours?
Let's say he's found guilty and there's a Republican president. Can he pardon him?
I don't know. That's a good question.
And he'll have to pardon him because the people want him to.
I don't know.
It's a stupid.
That's a good question. Let's just say, for sake of argument, DeSantis wins.
Yeah, he gonna pardon him.
I don't think he would.
He has to, because it'll destroy the Republican Party.
I don't know.
He has to.
Unless a mob.
Or what if he's president? Is he gonna pardon himself? Stupid.
I don't know.
All right, go ahead. What's the next one?
The next one was just really stupid topic about a Klondike bar that's going to be discontinued, called the Choco Taco. And
because it's Mexican or something?
No, they just going to discontinue it as far as selling it or whatever. I can't even, you have to Google what the reasons are, because I may have missed that when Whoopi was saying it, because she was like so distraught that I got to even talk about this. She had the 2 tacos on the plate, Choco Taco, and it has the sugar cone shape taco, ice cream, like a Klondike bar kind of thing. Sarah was the only one at the table that was like, oh man, I used to eat those all the time. And all this time they all making comments because Joyce said, I have never heard of no Choco Taco. And Sonny said, I think I understand, because if they take things off, Sonny using her example of analogy of when they stop selling something and sometimes they don't tell you and you don't see it on the shelf anymore. And she talked about Summer's Eve's wipes. Sarah said, really? You comparing my Klondike bar to some Summer's Eve's wipes? And Sonny said, I would buy those all the time, and I would go to, I recently went to the store and they
Summer Eve's wipes.
She said, they don't sell them anymore. They just stopped. And she said, I used to get those in packages and boxes. And
that reminds me of Elaine on
what happened? She had another
when
product.
They had they discontinued the birth control the thing that women used to put in.
Oh, those
I forgot what that was.
Oh, that you insert.
Yeah, they discontinued. So she went all over New York to buy up. She was trying to buy up all boxes of them.
Yeah, I remember.
And she would walk in the store and ask for boxes of boxes, and the people would be like, "Yes, you're doing a lot to want all that." Like, what kind of woman are you? Woman of the night or something?
So she had a negative
image because she was buying up sponges.
Yeah.
The sponges, bought up all the sponges because they was discontinuing them. So that reminds me, you said Summer's Eve.
That was the episode on Seinfeld.
My favorite show.
So you saw how frantic she was when they're not selling that product anymore.
She should have bought all the Summer's Eve wipes before they went off.
I know. Sonny didn't know they was going to discontinue.
Yeah, they don't.
So that's why she was like. So Sarah was laughing because
did they say why?
I can't remember why.
Oh, okay.
Really, that's what I'm
saying. Maybe it's not selling because
maybe it's not selling. I've never heard of the Choco Taco.
Coca-Cola and I think Coca-Cola discontinued a lot of the. Remember, they was trying different Cokes.
Yeah,
the lime Coke, the lemon Coke, the cherry, all that.
Put it out
and they got rid of them because they said everybody's been taking a hit business wise, and so they was losing money. So they have to just narrow it down to a few. So maybe that's what they're doing.
Yeah, because she just said Klondike announced that it's ending its production of the Choco Taco. Maybe it's a lot to make. I don't know. You're saying, the sales
may not be
are low.
Yeah, it may not be making.
But Sarah was hurt.
It's a certain group of people who like it.
While they all were talking, it was funny because let me do this little pen. You know those little pens that have light up that show a little laser. Mm-hmm. When the ladies was talking and giving their little spew on whatever. They would show Whoopi. Whoopi would be like playing with her thing and ignoring all of them. Like, I'm totally bored with that topic.
Oh, okay.
Let me play with my little mouse and my little thing there. And then they'll go back to Sarah talking and Joy saying, and then they had this one man, these guys come out with little samples of them so the ladies can taste them. Mm-hmm. And they set them at the table and then they went to commercial. Mm-hmm. And then when they came back, Whoopi said Joy likes them. Joy said I've never tasted them before, and I really like them because it's like a ice cream cone in a sugar cone, but it's shaped like a taco.
Okay.
So she was like, well, it's unfortunate they're not doing them anymore, but that's when they had called on their guest, which was Neil Patrick Harris. And he came on, because I forgot he and Whoopi were in the movie when he was younger.
Oh, yeah, he was a little boy.
What is it?
Clara's Heart.
And I forgot how young.
Yeah, he was young.
He said he's 49.
Wow.
And Whoopi went, oh my God, you're that old? Because that makes you old when a kid that you act with old. Right. That means she old, because he's 49.
Yeah, I remember him.
So that came out, like, oh my God, the kids, watching kids grow up.
I remember Clara's Heart, yeah.
And I'm thinking, going down a rabbit hole now, a lot of times you don't realize how old you are until you meet someone's child.
Oh yeah, they not little no more.
They not little no more.
People.
They are grown, taller than you. Some of them
with kids.
Oh my goodness, it makes you feel older.
Yeah.
Because you don't think age wise. Maybe because we're looking at their photos or something. remember that and we're
Yep.
done. Or we remember when we last saw them,
Yep.
which could be enough. Like our
And
friend,
I always still see them little. Even though they grown and older, I still see them as that little
and
person.
we may sometimes call them their last.
Yeah.
We've gotten told off when we would say some of their little nicknames as they were growing up.
Yeah.
I'm not so and so anymore.
Well, yes, you are.
I'm
You'll
so and
always-
so.
Nope.
And you're like, no, you're gonna always be little such and such to me, and they
Yep.
get mad. So that's maybe do a poll on that. You know, as far as I don't know how you would ask it as far as calling a kid.
Do you still like your nickname when you were a
when
kid?
you were called as a young child? Some people
Okay.
use their nicknames still as they get older, and some don't. But he talked about how bored Rupi was. He said, "I know."
Oh, he was noticing
He
it.
said, "I noticed y'all when y'all was talking about that Klondike bar. Rupi was bored out of her mind, and everybody kind of laughed." And they said, he said, "I saw how the camera panned in on Whoopi, and then it would come talk. It would show you ladies talking about, and it was just showing how bored she was. And then Sarah said, 'Have you ever had a Taco Taco?' And he was
They
like,
don't care.
No,
They just keep
they don't
talking.
care.
Right,
They
right.
don't care." But it was he just on there talking about his new show, Uncoupled movie.
Okay.
And you know he's gay, so he talked about his partner, and when they got married they have kids now, and just reminiscing on and talking about as the kids get older, you have to deal with that even as a gay parent, you know, dealing with your kids growing up, and they're almost in the teenage age now.
Right.
And then I forgot he was Doogie Howser.
Yeah, that's his main
I
thing.
forgot that was because I was looking at him going, Doogie Howser.
Yeah, that's
You
how he
remember
became
his
famous.
face,
Yeah.
and so
Doogie
it was just
Howser.
it was good hearing him they all get caught up. But apparently, you know how they have actors come on, and they're going to play a certain important role coming up, and the lady sits at the table just like the how the news media does. They ask questions that you know you're not going to get an answer to.
Right.
Maybe they just take a chance and think you're going to slip your game. But tell us about the enemy that you're going to be in Doctor Who.
Oh yeah, he's not gonna say.
And he
that.
said, "I can't say nothing about that, and it hasn't even come out yet." So he's
They
like,
already
told me
know.
They told me not to say anything.
They know, but they're gonna ask anyway because they want. Because if they don't ask, they'll get 100,000 comments in the comment section.
Oh.
Why didn't you ask it? A lot of times when you on the comment, we're not even famous, and I look at some of the comments and people are stupid.
Really?
So I think they get. Imagine being famous. If I get a lot of dumb comments, imagine the number of dumb comments they get. And so imagine having somebody on the show and a question that everybody knows, normal people,
Right.
they're not going to answer.
They're not going to answer.
If you don't ask, you'll get 1 million comments saying, "Why didn't you ask
Why didn't you
him?"
ask that? Okay, so you think
So
a
you
lot of
figure
it has to do
a
with
lot of it has to do
ask
with
him what
yeah,
what
a lot
enemy he's
of
going
it
to play.
because I'm
in this Doctor
noticing
Who.
even now, like some things we'll say or whatever, it's before the idiots. It's not for the normal people like y'all. It's the few that make comments.
the one-offs.
The few, the ones, and I have to say it over and over again. So I try to say it in the video so that you don't have to keep saying. Even then, there's some that fall through the cracks.
Because you have to have writing that goes across the screen as
They'll
we're
still
talking.
get through, even if you ask them the question.
Oh my
It'll
God.
still be the ones that'll still comment and say, "Why didn't you ask him the question?" It's like we joking, right? You heard me ask him the question. Oh, I missed that part. So they'll fall. But it'll get rid of a few million of them.
I never understood why. And then
people are stupid, y'all.
And this is a rabbit
It's no
hole.
more common sense anymore.
This is a
None.
I know. This is a rat. Even with our media, that's why when
It's gone.
Trump was going somewhere when he says the media lies, the media is fake media, fake news, fake news. Because a lot of times you do hear the media, they do ask some stupid questions.
They'll ask stupid questions
And
or
you're
they'll
saying-
report something and we all know the truth. And you're reporting it as if we are idiots watching you.
Now-
and they know that they are idiots watching. So that's who they're talking to.
Sarah had to do a legal note. You know, every now and then they'll do a legal note if it's about somebody being tried for something or legally or accused. Or even if they give wrong information. Because Joy has come back and said, you know what, I said the wrong congressman. I meant to say senator, blah, blah, blah. Well, Sarah they had to apologize on the show had to apologize to the audience that when they were talking about that GOP, whatever that event was, they said that they had to correct it because they had given out wrong information about the protesters out there, that they were never invited. They were tried to get rid of them.
Oh, okay.
That kind of information, as well as it's not a convention, it was a summit.
Oh, okay.
So they had to really give clarity on that, and Sarah had to apologize and say, you guys, we're sorry that the View gave the wrong information. So they do that a lot. But the thing I do hate about the media, when it comes to our security, when it comes to national security, when it comes to our government and other foreign domestic things, don't ask out publicly what we gonna do with Putin.
Do. They always.
Why would we share that information?
But they always ask.
And I really get mad at the media for doing that.
Remember Desert Storm?
That makes me mad.
Remember Desert Storm when Clinton was president?
Yeah.
The media was on the beach before the soldiers was there.
Do they not know?
Here we are! Wait, here they come, guys. Coming down, here they come.
I can't wait.
It's like, how you there before the troops are there?
You know when
you telling the enemy everything they need to know.
Why would you ask that question about anything that's security and military?
Right. They always do.
With military plots and plans.
But here's my question. Here's my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you have to answer?
Kim,
you're the president or whatever. That's why people. I'm telling
love
you,
Trump.
That's why, because he would say, "I'm not telling you
telling
anything."
you that.
But now,
why are you asking me? Are you dumb ass?
But it's kind of like. But it's kind of like.
And
Biden,
we're like, yeah.
But Biden picked that up because he would say that's a stupid question. He picked that up before Trump. They would try to answer it, or they would be nice,
avoid it.
But now you can be mean to the media, and nobody will say nothing.
That's
why Biden
ask that question, Jim. You know that's dumb. We're not going to answer that or whatever. I want people to come.
I'm going back to what
tell the media off.
Go back to what I originally said.
What?
Because they'll get 1 million comments. Why didn't you ask the
news
president?
media? We even talk about why they wasn't asked.
No, but the same thing I said about the View. Mm-hmm. The media will get 1 million comments from dummies saying, why didn't you ask about the war and where we're going to go? Even though they know it's a stupid question,
right.
They know the president or whoever's not going to answer it. They have to, I think, they have to ask because they don't want to get 1 million comments.
So they just want to put it on record that was addressed.
The country is stupid.
Even though it wasn't answered, the question was asked.
And everything is on social media.
Oh.
Just like how we say, why would you put on social media you hit your child or holding a gun to somebody's head or running somebody off the road or this lady taped him in, he came up to the car and said, I'm going to slit your throat and kill you. She said, I got you right on tape. He said, I don't care. Why? All the Karens out there, people doing stuff.
You got a camera on you for everything. Big Brother's watching.
And people don't care. They'll rob, the guys that robbed and had the money all out on Facebook.
Showing it on film.
With guns.
Oh my goodness.
One rapper now, I'm not even going to say his name, he's in jail now because they robbed somebody and then they videotaped the money doing, you know how they do the money on the arm? The FBI looked at all the numbers. They zoomed in and looked at the numbers on the bills. And it was from the robbery.
Oh my goodness.
Same money. That's how they got him. Because he was flexing. And they saw the FBI. The police don't even have to do anything anymore. They just go to social media.
And that's their investigation right there. It's closed.
They don't even have to do anything. Who robbed the gas station last night? Let me go on Instagram or TikTok, because you know the dummies put themselves on TikTok and Instagram. Or somebody said such and such did it on TikTok or Facebook. So they don't have to do anything. So that's why I think they asked the questions. When you said he came out and whatever, and they were saying why you asked the same stupid question.
Yes.
I believe that's why.
I did like that. That was one thing about Trump I did like. He was a little rough with his answers, and he did talk about people. And he actually shut some people down. He didn't want CNN in there.
But he's also on the other side.
He's a little rude.
He's going to shut down people, but he's also another one that plays social media and puts everything on social media. And
he
he's
knows
an
how
idiot.
Social media
but
works.
He's also a moron.
Yeah, because
so he's the same thing. He's a moron.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. You don't look at him.
I guess we've all had some amnesia moments or some stupid moments where we filmed something and we shouldn't have, or we didn't think it was that serious and we had the camera on green. And I mean, I don't know what it is. We're losing our common sense.
Stupid.
Levels of common sense.
And it's
videotaping yourself. Even we're making movies about guys would show themselves videotaping somebody hurting a kid, and they would submit it to a friend of ours. He recorded his conversations, not a friend, but a spouse. He recorded his conversations of having an affair with a young lady.
Oh.
He recorded it. Why would you record yourself?
Idiot.
Having adulterous conversations with somebody and keep the tapes.
Idiot. So it's
okay.
My thing is,
stupid.
I don't mind the world being stupid in the country.
Well.
I just want you to admit it. That's all. Let's just say you're stupid.
I do mind the world being stupid when somebody else's paint has to.
I just say admit it.
When somebody,
then we all can say, okay,
when
we all
somebody
know.
is hurting because of
right,
it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you stay to yourself and be stupid, that's fine. But most of the time, stupid hurts other people.
People wouldn't post it if
Crazy
nobody
hurt
would
other
look at it.
people. Yeah.
That means we all. That's what I'm saying. We watching it.
Yeah. So that's pretty much what in a nutshell.
So
That's
they didn't
what
really do
happened
nothing today.
No, they didn't. That Klondike bar got me though, because it just showed. There are times Whoopi just holds on with some of the topics that they talk about.
Well,
Because there's topics that they've come up, like the Bachelorette. She's not a Bachelorette person.
Right,
She's
right.
not a person like some reality shows, like when they were showing that back and forth. She would just sit there like this.
Right. But there's people who watch it, so she gotta listen.
She gotta
to it,
talk
so.
about it.
All right, just like we talking about.
Okay, that's true. Because some of y'all probably sitting there don't care what happens to Trump, if anything happens to him at all.
Yeah, who
or
cares?
a Klondike bar
Exactly.
that you never tasted. Choco Taco.
Exactly. And then some
Go
people
get you a Choco Taco,
some
maybe
people
before
tell
they
you,
can take them off the shelf.
Some people on the extreme the other way. Like, you can't laugh at nothing. You can't do nothing. They
Yeah,
so involved in the
very
world.
serious.
It's like, just stay in your house
That's
and
not funny.
close the curtains.
Okay.
Just stay to yourself.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
whatever it is. So, all right, that's good. You done?
Yeah, that was it.
All right, y'all. So, that was another review of The View. Today's date, 27th.
Wednesday.
Yeah. Wednesday, July 27th. Let us know what y'all think. I guess I'll put in
You
the
could put
poll,
a poll maybe
about
if
the nicknames. You had another one other than nicknames?
I don't know. I'll see.
A poll?
Even a poll with the Klondike bar. Have you ever tried it? And are you sad that it's taken off the shelf? Because some people may say, I had that Choco Taco, and it was good. It looked good. Because if you like Klondike bars, which I like, I'm imagining the Klondike bar that's normally in the bar itself inside of a sugar cone.
Okay.
And that sounds like it's pretty good.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, y'all. So that was